Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain my advice for anyone learning Spanish or anyone looking to improve their Spanish. My biggest piece of advice is to practice in ways that you enjoy. You could practice in ways completely different than how I or someone else would practice. The important thing is to enjoy the process. For me, music is by far my favorite way to practice. I also enjoy Spanish classes. Classes are not for everyone, but for me, the structure and interaction with others keeps me consistent. I personally don't enjoy school in most subjects, but because learning Spanish is important to me, I've excelled in Spanish classes. I'm a high school dropout, but Spanish class was one of the very few classes in high school that I took seriously. I also love to talk to native speakers. Forming connections is valuable, and I always enjoy surprising people when they hear me speak Spanish for the first time. Next, I believe that discipline and immersion are essential. Some people may have an easier time learning languages than others, but ultimately you need to be consistent in order to reach your goals. When it comes to immersion, it is not necessary to move to a Spanish speaking country. Doing so may help, but there are other ways to immerse yourself in the language. Consuming media in Spanish and talking to native speakers, either locally or online, are a couple of examples. I personally have worked in restaurants for over 3 years now, so I have the opportunity to speak with native speakers on a daily basis. My final piece of advice for this video is to work on your pronunciation/accent, learn how to pronounce the Spanish alphabet. Across the world, the pronunciation of vowels in Spanish is more or less the same in most countries. The pronunciation of consonants, however, change depending on the accent/dialect. Over the years, I've heard many Spanish teachers recommend learning a specific dialect. Doing so will result in sounding more natural when you speak. I recommend choosing a Spanish-speaking country that interests you, learn their pronunciation, slang, etc., and consume media from that country. At the end of the day, you will be able to communicate with people from across the Latin world. I think you should be familiar with the way different accents sound in order to understand people from across the world, but learn to speak with a specific accent.